Well, one of the people that I love, and I was listening to her sing and then reading about it, is Karen O. Karen O is the lead singer for the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Oh yeah.
And I think she is brilliant. And I think, first of all, I like her lyrics, and you know, her lyrics even are very much, there's a couple of tunes that they do. One's called Zero, that's wonderful. Another one is Off With Your Head. And basically the line she repeats is, off with your head, dance till you're dead. Meaning, off with your thinking, so you dance till you're dead. And I was on vacation with my Karen S, listening to Karen O. But the thing that's amazing about Karen O, which is about many good musicians or performers, is she totally loses herself when she performs or sings. There's nothing left of her. She's completely one with the thing. That is training, becoming one with the thing is training, not learning. And it's really interesting because she is very good. The lyrics that come out, which I took as a hand composer, really reflect that. I think she says, I'm thinking of a couple of couplets. One is, learn to hit the mark, learn to feel it in the dark. All about doing, right? So, let me take you back to where this starts in a way. I think I repeated at one time a conversation, and this is with the Yaqui Indian teacher Don Juan and his student Carlos. And Don Juan says to him that there are two areas of life. He calls it the tonal and the nawal in the language. And the tonal is everyday experience and everything you can know. And the nawal is what you can't know. I'm sitting at a table at the time, to paraphrase, and Carlos keeps not understanding, and he keeps emptying this side of the table and putting the salt shakers and everything like that they're using for props on the other side of the table. And so Carlos says, so this is the tonal, where all the salt shakers are, and this is the nawal. And then he keeps moving it around, and finally Don Juan says to him, the nawal is not on the table. The nawal is not anything that can be known. And we take that a certain way, but at the same time, it's also true that the entrance, and he talks about, into that whole area of the nawal is not knowing, doing, will, energy, courage, inconveniencing yourself. All those things are on the side of the nawal. And that is where power is. There is no power in figuring things out. In a way, when you train, you're making a bid for power, personal power. There's no power in what you figure out. I'm not saying you can't, you need to figure some stuff out, but that don't look there. When you talk about happiness last time, when you had the power to be happy, it never came from figuring it out.
It never what?
Came from figuring it out.
Oh.
The kinds of people or creatures that are capable of this kind of thing, capable of entering what Don Juan calls the nawal, are wild things. They're not tame. They have spirit. They have a lot of spirit, martial arts of ki. They look to their spirit. You need to look to your spirit, not to what you can figure it out. Your spirit will make you able to do things that your mind will simply just stop you from doing. It will give you all the practical reasons why you cannot do that. Yet your spirit, if you look and cultivate that spirit, it is what will allow you to do almost anything that you want. And not in a crazy way. I mean, it doesn't guarantee that you will win the presidency. But if you want to win the presidency, you're going to get at least 1,000 miles closer if you use your spirit. You'll do the things you need to enter a presidential election. By thinking about it, never. See, even far-fetched things. Most of you don't want that. You want simply to be alive, to grow, to be able to do these things. And that's why I don't look to, you know, even frankly, and I know this is on film and that would be so unpopular thing to say, but even when I look to the old Zen teachers, I respect what they did and what they understood very much. And I look at a figure like Tokusang, and I'm awed by what he went through, and I wouldn't really want to hang out with him, no. You know, I'd really rather hang out with Karen O. Because by comparison, she is just a wild thing, and I like wild things. And these sorcerers from Mexico, they were wild things. And if you want to come in contact with that part of you that can train, you've got to come in contact with that wild, fierce, not tame, spirited part of yourselves. Okay? So that's your practice.